Okay, we're looking now at the grammar explanation 7.3 on page 180. Just to go back over the verb tenses we've studied so far in the present and the past, we've studied the simple present, which is I study, she studies, you study, we study, they study. We've studied the present progressive, I am studying, she is studying, you are studying, we are studying, they are studying. We've studied the simple past, I studied, she studied, you studied, we studied, they studied, all the same. Next, we're going to learn the past progressive, which goes, I was studying, she was studying, you were studying, we were studying, they were studying. And here again are some of the sentences from the reading, or about the reading. I was reading about refugees. This is all past progressive. Henri was working in a hospital. You were asking about Rwanda. They were not living in Rwanda. Here you have was or were, verb to be in the past tense. If it's negative, you add not. And then you use the present participle, which is what we call the ing form of the verb. Okay, and the contraction for was not was wasn't, and the contraction for were not is weren't. A contraction means the short way to write two words. And I can put an adverb between was or were and the present participle. So I can say he was already studying English at that time. And here we're comparing statements, questions with short answers, and a WH question. So a statement, they were living in Zambia in 2003. Here I'm going to make a question. Were they living in a home? And the short answer, no, they weren't. And a WH question, where were they living? Here is a negative statement. They weren't living in their country. This is were not living in their country. Here's a question. Were they living in a refugee camp? And the short answer, yes, they were. And here is why. Why were they living in a refugee camp? Why weren't they living in their country? Okay, a volunteer was helping them in the U.S. That's a statement. Here's a question. Was the volunteer helping them with English? And a short answer, yes, she was. Here's another question with a WH. Who else was helping them? This else means other person. Who was another person helping them in addition?